All right, let's move it along here. We just talked about how Texas A&M went up to Notre Dame and got a win. Wow, 41-40.
Man.
Texas A&M scored on their final drive. Marcel Reed had a pass to Nate Bokricher, I think is how you pronounce it, 11 yards for the go-ahead touchdown. Look, there was a lot of questions around Marcel Reed in this offense and how they were going to take the next step. Using the must-win moniker in Week 3 of the college football season might seem hyperbolic, but in the case of Notre Dame, I don't think that it is. This was a must-win game for Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame after they went down to Miami and lost. They're coming off a bye week.
Right.
Coming off a bye week. Texas A&M coming to their house. It was a back-and-forth affair throughout the entire game. Great matchup with teams that have similar identities in the way that they want to win the game.
Yeah.
This is a massive win for Texas A&M, Maddie. It's a massive loss for Notre Dame because I don't think they control their own destiny anymore.
Well, and that's where I guess being the independent now actually does backfire against you, right? Starting 0-2 and not being able to perform in a conference championship game. So now they really are kind of playing in a situation where they need some things to kind of fall in their favor for them to get back into the mix. And overall, you know, I think the biggest thing that I noticed when I watched this football team is just the Al Golden transition to Chris Ash hasn't been as seamless as I probably would have liked to have seen on the defense side of the football. The defensive identity just seems to be a little different than what we saw a year ago. The talent is there. I mean, Drake Bowen and those boys, Don Schuler, it's good, right? Leonard Moore, I'm not exactly sure what happened with his injury early in the football game, but that's one of the best corners in the country. If he's out for an extended period of time, that's very concerning. I think the exciting thing on the opposite side of the sideline here, though, is Elko. Man, tough football coach that knows how to get his team ready to go, especially in a hostile environment. Marcel Reed is starting to develop and see the field much cleaner. I loved a lot of the play concepts that they ran with him. I thought he saw the field well. I thought he threw some really good football passes down the field. Concepcion, man, is impression, okay? I mean, he is like awesome when he has the football. And Craver really got involved with the plays today too. So they're explosive. I think the offensive line has struggled early on. Offensive line did much better in this matchup today. Le'Veon Moss being healthy. Oh my God, is that exciting to see this guy bounce back after a horrific injury a year ago. 20 carries for 81 yards and 3 touchdowns and tough yards. That's what I love to see. So Texas A&M doing some good stuff. And hey, this schedule, man, it's wild.
It is.
Auburn's going to be a hell of a matchup for him. Mississippi State is a better football team. I don't know what Florida's record is going to be at that point, but still, they're going to be a tough out. We saw Arkansas, LSU, man, Missouri. This is a hell of a schedule as I look at this.
And then this is unbelievable. And then you go all the way down at Texas to end the season on November 28th. I think a lot of people forget Texas A&M was 60 minutes away from going to an SEC championship game last year.
That's right.
That's right. And then they lost to Texas. So another collision course here. We've talked about Texas. Maybe they're not what we thought they were.
Yeah.
People were asking, us last week on the show, how come we're not giving more love to Marcel Reed? Well, I just don't think that we had really seen it yet against quality competition this year. I think he's going to get some flowers for what they did up there today.
Yeah, so he definitely is. I mean, and that's just a monumental win for a young quarterback to go into Notre Dame and to get a victory that way. It's just super impressive. And the way that he played, getting banged up in the shoulder the week before, being able to battle through that, took a few tough hits in this one too, and still bounced back, and just an unbelievable gritty win by the Texas A&M Aggies. And again, credit to Mike Elko for getting the boys ready to go there in a tough environment. I had Notre Dame all the way. I thought they'd bounce back, especially with the bye week. But, man, Texas A&M did not disappoint, playing good, tough football on both sides of the football in this one.
So a lot of folks are going to be asking, well, does Notre Dame...
And they gave up a block punt.
They did.
For a touchdown.
Yeah, early on in the game.
Again, Marcus Freeman and the special teams strikes again.
They do. The defense, like you said, is a question mark going forward. But a lot of folks are going to be wondering, hey, does Notre Dame control their own destiny? Is 10-2 going to be enough if they run the table the rest of the way?